What's up, guys? Day Trade Knockouts here. I got a little bit of a different video today. This is in regards to me personally, with where I am in my trading journey. I'm mainly going to be talking about the concept of scalping. What I'm going to start trying to find ways to implement. It's not going to be immediately. It's going to take time. I'll still do close of day analysis videos in the future, but I'm going to be taking not necessarily a break from trading. I'm going to be just taking a break from actually live trading. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start looking for doing some research in terms of strategy to be able to add to my personal strategy with my strengths and mainly just what to do to be able to improve my trading. So with that being said, guys, let's get into the video. So just one second, guys. Let me look at the notes. So first off, I would like to point out, so I am in a place in my journey where I've actually been gaining more consistency. Um, I have been doing much better in terms of maximizing my profits on my winners and keeping my. I've been doing this decently amount lately for a while now, which is minimizing my losers and making them smaller than my winners. It's just that I've been having two problems that I've been dealing with. One, even though I said I've been doing better maximizing the profits, I still need to do a better job of it, but I'm going to go over what I'm going to do there. And the second is there are times with my specific trading style, with my strengths and weaknesses, where I will go through drawdown periods where I usually almost never have bigger losses. It happens every once in a while, but most of the time it's a small loser that's always like uh, three times smaller than my winners at least. So the problem though is that in certain months where I do get red, and overall, I my net P and L is red to the downside, and I'm not profitable that month. It's not that I most of the time after I look through the entire month and I see how red I am on the month, usually I could gain it back in like one trade, maybe two trades. That's pretty typical as I've had months where I've gone a whole red month, lost almost like 100% of the month, and then on the next month, within 15 minutes, I've actually had this happen. Within 15 minutes, I erased all the losses of that entire month and went back to break even just with that one trade in 15 minutes. That's something I have happened, which is very good to do. And I have gotten to the point to where I maximize the profits. Where before, when I first had two green months back to back in June, July of last year, I calculated to see how well I was doing after that, and I actually ended up being in the red. And I also calculated before 2 months before, and the 2 months I still was also in the red. Now I'm slightly in the green. However, it's not good enough because of those two things that I mentioned. So first off, when it comes to maximizing profits, that one really is very simple. So first off, it's just three things that it's consisting of. One, it's buying contracts that are farther out with expiration. So from now on, I have a rule where I'm going to be buying contracts that are at least 3 weeks out due to my strategy and the way that I like to really be. I really like to be reflective and think about my setups and wait for pullbacks and be very patient and picky, and my ability to be able to hold for the duration of the day, because typically when I hold for long periods of time, those have been my best trades, and that goes along with my strengths of just sitting back and letting the market do its thing. So that's the first thing, buying contracts with farther out expiration dates. Second is just buying more contracts in the money so I get my the biggest bang on my buck. And whenever I take losses, it'll still be the same, just keeping the losses 3 to 1, smaller than the winners. But it'll make them even more substantial because if as I get contracts that are not in the money when I buy, but a little bit closer, once I get in the money, it starts to move more and more in my favor. And the spike to the upside, whenever your prices go up in value, when your contracts go up in value, will be a lot faster since it's closer to being in the money. And third would be put enough capital to apply those two things, while on average I'll be risking about 0.5 to 1% of my account. So that, it's very underrated thing to do, but it'll help out a lot from the psychological perspective and overall from a P&L perspective as well. It's very underrated, but it's something that you should do in terms of defense. Now, the second thing in terms of the drawdown period, this is what the topic of the video mainly is going to be, is that's going to be about scalping. So as of right now, that is not my style whatsoever. It is a new concept I'm going to start learning now. And typically what I want to do and what I'm going to start trying to do potentially would be stick to my plan, because I don't want to change anything I've been doing. I want to do this to add. And my goal is, I don't even necessarily view this as a way to add more money. It's just to plug any holes on those drawdown periods that I typically have, unless opportunistic times in the market that aren't necessarily best for my strategy. So I need to find a way to mitigate all of the drawdown and all of the bleeding on my account with the little paper cuts that happen with those small losses. It's not even to make money, it's just simply to, again, mitigate those losses. And what I want to do is I want to be able to have the ability. So I look for the types of trades that I do where I look for with trend entries to hold for long periods of time, sort of like a home run type of trade, from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 11:30. After that, if I don't get in a trade, I typically just stop for the rest of the day. I'm done. For what I'm gonna try to do now is take a break from 11:30 to 1, and from 1 to 4, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to increase my ability, because I've heard about this before, but increase my ability to be able to read the tape, so that whenever we have those slow, choppy areas, I want to also look for context and possibly look for news related information as well. But just look for slow context. And once we get context and we learn how to read the tape properly, look for any signs of volume spikes, little bits of momentum, and really keep the stop loss tight, tight, tight. So like have like a 10-cent stop loss with the same amount of size as I usually do, with a 40-cent target, just to be in, out, 1 to 2 minutes, done type of thing. That is a concept that I do want to learn. If anybody sees this video, has any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to comment below. That's something I want to do, and I'll be keeping you posted and keep giving you updates on things that I've learned. And that's something that I'm going to be doing on my journey. And with more time goes on, I'm going to see how I can implement that better, increase it. But again, I want this to go in alignment with my strength, which is getting into with trend entries in the direction of the trade, open drive, at inflection points, looking for context and chart patterns from a price action perspective, to get in with the highest probable setup in alignment with my edge and my strategy. So again, this is to build on the strength and just to plug up a hole. This is more like a supplement, but not like my bread and butter with my style, because I'm not a video gamer that's like here analyze all these different things. I like to be very reflective with my trades. That's my strength. Okay. So, but I do have to do something to fix the problem that I'm having. I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm gonna keep you posted. I'm gonna be doing more videos with this more than the close of day analysis for quite some time. This might be, honestly, I could see this being a process of like 1 to 2 months before I start consistently live trading again. I will keep live trading, obviously. I won't just forget about it, but I need to focus on this right now and gain some knowledge first and then get back into it. I've had periods like this before, but again, knowledge is key when it comes to the market, and that's why it is I'm going to be doing what I'm going to be doing in terms of finding out how to add scalping into my personal strategy. So, guys, happy to do this. Hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay green, and let's talk scalping in the next video. See y'all later.